My name is Fran Mentch. I live at 1413 Lynn Park Drive, and I'd
Welcome.
like to address council.
Welcome, Fran.
Pardon me?
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to address council about the ordinance before it to rehire city manager Bob Downey. I've lived in Cleveland Heights for almost 21 years. All of that time, I've been fortunate to have Mr. Downey as a city manager. We've had a wonderful quality of life here and hope to continue it into the future. I want to thank him for his wonderful good work. I don't take anyone's life's work lightly, and Mr. Downey certainly has given a lifetime of work to our community, and we find ourselves currently living the good life that we all do here because of his service. However, like the rest of us, Mr. Downey has been compensated. Mr. Downey has been compensated for his labors just as the rest of us have. And if rehired, Mr. Downey would be compensated according to the information that I've been given, provided by Mr. Gibbon, the Director of Law. Mr. Downey's salary would be reduced from $130,000 a year to $125,000 a year. And the city would no longer pay into his PERS pension plan nor his deferred compensation contribution. That would be a total savings of $23,625. However, there are many details left out of this document. It does not address health care costs, vacation, or sick time, or whatever contribution we would make, I don't know, possibly to Social Security. Although I have no confidence that this is 100% sure, between what Mr. Downey will make from retiring, approaching $130,000, and what he will be compensated for by the city, $125,000, he will make approximately $250,000 a year. And again, he may be absolutely our best candidate to be the city manager. It's very possible that if we opened the search that we would in fact select Mr. Downey because of his ability. However, we know for sure that he would not be the only candidate. There are a large number of people who would look forward to an opportunity, possibly those who are already employed by the city, but certainly because of Cleveland State's College of Urban Affairs, there are a lot of graduates who would be very interested in applying for this position. I think we have to look at this point at what is best for the city and for the larger community and for the larger region. We're talking more and more about regionalism. And I think, too, that it's important to take this opportunity at this time of change and challenge to look at what really is the best move forward for us at this point in our community. The challenge that Cleveland Heights has is to compete with neighboring communities with a small pool of prospective residents and homeowners. In addition to that, in addition to the effort of trying to have this new pool of people, new pool of homeowners and residents come to our community, we have to also compete with surrounding suburbs to maintain our own quality of life in here, the good quality of life that we have. People talk about Cleveland Clinic and university hospitals, University Circle, the CASE, all of the other educational institutions that we have, and we are competing. We're in stiff competition with other communities for this pool of resources. So I think it's important at this point that we all get a new start. If Mr. Downey was in fact retiring, we would use this as an opportunity when we brought in job candidates to have a new start. And I offered that same opportunity to Mr. Downey. I would hope that he would, in a series of meetings with the community, talk about his personal vision for Cleveland Heights, where it is that he brought the city in the past 30 years, where he finds us now, what he thinks our current challenges are, and also what is it that he looks forward to having it move us forward to in the future. Where is it that he wants to take us in the future? So I'm very interested in his personal vision. If you look at the Cleveland Heights website, there is on the first page, the opening page, a synopsis of what Cleveland Heights stands for, what its vision is. And it talks about three things. This would be something that Mr. Downey could address in his meeting with the community about why it is that he should be rehired. And this is nothing more than what we would ask any job candidate. On the website, it talks about Cleveland Heights being a diverse and a progressive suburb. So my question would be to him, how is it that we can capitalize on this in a very positive way on our diversity and our relationship with other suburbs? The second concept that's talked about is architecture, the pride we have in our architecture. I would hope that Mr. Downey, in meeting with the community, would talk about how it is that he could work with the citizens, the residents, to maintain this architectural standard and, in fact, improve them. Third, the website talks about the history of creativity and culture of our citizens. This really is our greatest resource, and I would be very interested in hearing him talk about how he would plan to mobilize this wonderful resource, help us restore the vitality to Kane Park and our parks, restore the vitality of our retail districts, employing the arts and the creativity of the people that are living here. I personally, too, would be very interested in Mr. Downey addressing another issue when he meets with the citizens to talk about being rehired, and that would be that he would address child maltreatment. If you compare our community to the surrounding communities, it is in fact a serious concern. I do think that we should address the incidence of child maltreatment in our community because it does have implications for what goes on in the schools and in the community. So I thank Mr. Downey for his wonderful service, and I look forward to him giving us a fresh start in this era of, as we talked about, change and challenge and moving our community forward. Thank you.